Hey y'all, and welcome back to the fun little corner on YouTube where you can come to get my lukewarm, unsolicited takes on relatively uncontroversial opinions. Um, I've been thinking about it for a moment. I'm sitting on a real squeaky chair, and I really think that we should talk about, or that I should talk about, and that you should listen to how I think you're supposed to feed your soul. Does that make sense? Like the whole chicken soup for the soul concept. Um, I don't know what y'all know about gardening, but I'm gonna use this as an analogy. You don't get to just plant a seed, water it every couple of days, and then hope that in 3 months' time that you get to come back to like a wonderful, luscious bounty of edible food. That's not how it works. It's not that easy. I wish it was. Wouldn't that be nice? You gotta go back to that garden. You gotta tend it. You gotta weed everything out of there that's not supposed to be in there, because there is a lot of volunteer weeds that don't necessarily belong in the garden of your mental space. Does that make sense? So I'm here to tell you that you have to feed your soul. You have to work through all of your thoughts. You have to engage in self-reflective activity. If not, you can't grow. Like, you can, and I'm sure that somebody out there has become an excellent person without really giving a second thought to a lot of the actions that they've taken that they regret. But I'm here to tell you that every time you look back on something that you've done, that you've accomplished, that you have made a mistake about, when you go back and you look at that and you like process it and you take everything apart and pull out the weeds of the garden gets healthier, the garden gets better, it starts growing faster, it makes way and makes room for the roots of the plants that you actually want growing in your garden. You have to run through that and feed your soul out of it. Honestly, that's what I like to call it. That's what I'm gonna keep calling it. So if you don't like it, I live next to a really busy road. Can you tell? Right. So I'm here to tell you self-reflective activities are key. Meditating, journaling, ruminating on whatever mistakes, whatever bad decisions you've made, all of that can be helpful, but you have to go at it with an open and honest eye, because if you're lying to yourself about it, the only person that's really coming out of that situation not winning is you. Like, long-term you, not you right now. You right now is getting quite a bit out of it, and good for them, but you're not just you right now. You're an extension of every you that you have been, and you are also the seed for every you that you can be. So the when you take the experience of being you in the current moment and you plant it into the garden of your psyche, you're allowing it to grow. And if you don't go back to that garden of your psyche and pluck out all of the mistakes that you've made, think through all of the bad habits you've developed, and really process and understand why the mistakes that you made were mistakes and why you shouldn't do them again, garden's not gonna look so luscious. You know what I'm saying? So take time to reflect. Take time to sit with your still mind. If you can't think of anything to think about, I promise you that if you sit there and let your brain do what it needs to do, that something's gonna come up and you can go from there. And it's crazy. Like, you know how when it comes to cleaning something, like if you clean your bathroom every week, you don't really have to put in that much work to clean your bathroom once a week. But if you haven't cleaned your bathroom in 6 months, you're gonna need to spray it down with bleach. You're gonna need to be on your hands and knees scrubbing with all of the elbow grease that you can muster, and it's gonna be a lot of work. So tend to your garden, and tend to your garden often, and tend to it frequently. Feed the flame of your soul all of this growth that it needs to power itself to build the luscious garden that can be your life. Thank you and good luck.